Well, Diabo students have continued with their protest. A bit earlier on, you'd recall when I spoke to the channel, they were still based inside the premises, trying to chart a way forward. Over the past 30 minutes or so, they have been protesting in the Johannesburg CBD in Braamfontein, the area where Wits University is situated. Different political formations, bodies within the school have come together. They say they're going to continue with their protest action until their demands are met. We're hearing from them that they had talks with the university, but none of their demands have been met. I just want to show you what's taking place at the moment. On my left here, you'll see this is where the students are. They have decided to gather here at this particular point, and they are saying they want access to the university. I'm going to ask my colleague Kabin Jokweni just to point towards right in front of you. We're standing in front of the gate where the protection services of the university have been standing here with these shields. They are adamant these students are not going to be allowed into this tertiary institution. You would recall that there had been clashes a bit earlier on this morning. The protection services had clashed with the students of the EFF Student Command, and that was because students said they were not going to allow anyone into the university because they feel that the university needs to address their grievances before learning and teaching can continue here, lectures can continue. What we've also heard is that there are some online classes that are taking place. What the SRC here at Wits University, together with the EFF Student Command, say they're going to shut those down. In fact, the Wits SRC said that a few moments ago, that they're going to shut down the online teaching that is taking place, and they don't want anything to take place here at the university until their demands are met. I'm joined by both now, the Wits SRC as well as the EFF Student Command. How far are they now? Where is the situation? There'd also been threats a few moments ago that they were going to charge through this gate here. Let's hear from them on what they have to say. Let's speak to the Wits SRC first now. The president of the Wits SRC joins us now. Puti, thank you very much for your time. So where are you now in terms of your protest action? What is the stance of the university? We'll speak to them as well. What is the stance of the university and your protest action going forward? You are here now.
You know, I think you can see how the university operates. These are students who are passing very well, but because of their background, they cannot afford access to the university. And the university is saying, we won't allow these students who are passing very well to enter the university. The university is saying, other than paying, other than making the compromise of absorbing the debt of the students, the university is saying, we're going to, out of our funds, pay these bouncers to block access to the university. So this is the deadlock we've been speaking about. The university, Wits University is saying now, they won't open the door. So Wits likes killing people. In 2021, someone died because of Wits' arrogance. So right now, Wits is saying they'd rather be a stampede, they'd rather be someone being injured other than them opening. And these are their students. This is how Wits operate.
Yeah. They talk about making available a couple of hundred beds to try and meet you halfway on the issue of NSFAS. They say they have no say with regard to the cap that NSFAS has put 45,000 on the amount which is then given for accommodation. Students are saying it costs much more than that. Inflation. There are students that are completely reliant on NSFAS, and also we're hearing from other students at other universities that some of these allowances have not been paid.
Ma'am, our students returned on January. Till now, there is no allowance which has been paid. For the 45,000, VET is a public entity. If the government is saying we are giving you 45,000 for accommodation, then VET must lower the accommodation price to 45,000 or absorb the debt. That's why we are saying they cannot charge more than what the government is giving. The government must scrap the cap. If the government cannot afford to scrap the cap, the government must say every public entity must charge at this price. So accommodation must be 45,000 because the government is giving us 45,000. If the government is saying there is no cap, then accommodation they can charge reasonably as they demand. That's our stance.
You also said that workers are now prepared to join your action. I spoke to one of the lecturers who was actually protesting with you, who are saying that the racial exclusion in South Africa continues of black children who simply cannot afford education.
Yes, VET the story of a black child. We come to university to advance our life. But when we get here, we are told that we are too poor to be educated. South Africans are being told they are too poor to be educated. And workers are coming. There is an issue here at Wits University. Workers are saying to us, the SRC is raising reasonable demands, and we support those demands. But the university is saying, other than listening to that, we will pay these people. And workers have not received increment. And workers are frustrated. How can university outsource their money to these people rather than taking care of the institutions? We also, it's not SRC, we also have SABC which is training us, we have EFF which is training us. So this is a genuine concern. And Vets yesterday said, we looted shops. We are with you. No shop were looted. It was peaceful. So you can see for yourself who's a liar here.
President of the Vets SRC, thank you very much for your time. The AFF Student Command, perhaps we could come towards this direction. Here you have the security of the university who is saying, I see the numbers are somewhat increased. You said you're going in. That's what we heard a few moments ago.
Well, look, it's not an easy decision to make, but regardless, we have a moral obligation to the student populace to say that regardless of whatever circumstance Wits puts us in, if they will want to hire 10,000 bouncers, then 10,000 students will come. If they hire 40,000 bouncers, 40,000 students will come. This fight is bigger than Wits. This fight is a fight. That's why I'm even calling, I'm pleading to the rest of the South Africans to say that our mothers, our fathers, our brothers, our sisters go to the streets. Students are languishing. We can't flop and dilly-dally between, is it the institution the problem, is it government the problem, is it those who want the means of production the problem? No, we cannot, because at this point, Wits continues to subject students who are black to these material conditions, very poor material conditions. We are being excluded only because we are poor.
I even look back to, sorry to interject, I even look back to, the time of Vuyani Pambo and them. That there was talk of free decolonized education. That is still to be realized in South Africa. Who do you believe then is failing students? Because every year I'm here. It's the same thing over and over again. Who should shoulder the blame for what is taking place?
Well, first and foremost, to even try and put context, the EFF, as the EFF motherboard, is and will be going to a national shutdown on the 20th of March. And one of the 7 cardinal pillars says that free, quality and decolonized education must be there. Solely on the basis that we were promised this when resolutions were made between Mandela and FW de Klerk. But still today, there is still nothing. Those who are in power are incompetent because they fail to tackle those who actually own the means of production. Instead, we cater for ourselves and look after our bellies. Instead, we now want to commercialize education. We want to put a commodity on intellect. South Africa is dying because of this. You cannot deprive me as a student who comes out of matric with great results an opportunity to study in an institution of higher learning. This is why South Africa suffers from something called a brain drain, whereby even their graduates don't even want to come and work here. They go abroad. So I rest my case.
Thank you very much. We really do appreciate your time. The EFF Student Command. Now this as while students continue to protest on this side of the gate, this is where the protection service is. They won't be allowing any of the protesting students inside. And we do understand that Wits University, I guess, probably any time from now will give us an update on what the current situation is. In fact, we had spoken to Sharona Patel, who is the spokesperson for the university, and she indicated that they will be giving an update of what the university stance is at this time. That's precisely because this continues here. And you'll take a look towards that direction. That is where the students continue where the students themselves continue to protest. And if you could stay with me for just a second, I do presume at this particular stage that students did indicate that if they are not being allowed into the university, they will have to take matters into their own hands. That is a sentiment that they're sharing at this particular point. Some of them are pointing towards the gate. at this particular point. And I guess what they want now is to ensure, you'll recall Wits University said it will do or put all measures in place to ensure that the learning and teaching continues. We understand there is online learning and teaching that is taking place. However, some of the bodies of the institution have indicated here, two of these students, it seems, rattling a bit of the gate there. And just stay with us for a second, you will see. Students are now saying that they want to enter. If you could stay with me here on the program, okay. These are live pictures from Braamfontein. Students are now hitting the gates of hitting the gate of, stay on that, hitting the gate of the university at the stage. Gabi, come this side. Don't want you to get hurt. I've got the cable, don't worry. Okay. All right, no problem. All right, these live pictures here in Braamfontein now, you'll see in any moment now. I think the protection service, while they remain on the other side of the gate, these students are adamant that they want to go in here, and they're not going to allow the security to prevent them from doing that. That is the current situation at this stage. Stay on us, these live pictures at this particular point. I guess with the police presence that has been, here, come back, Gabi. With the police presence that has been here, there has been no movement from police at this particular stage. And I'm going to ask my colleague Gabi Njokweni to stay on those visuals at this stage while the protection service... All right. Students seem to be heading towards... Stay with me on these visuals currently. Stay with me currently. Students now heading towards the main road where we are. Let's try and see exactly what is taking place. Right. Students are now headed onto this main road. We will move with them. The situation certainly escalating at this particular point. And it seems they might be moving to one of the other gates here in the Braamfontein CBD. We'll head towards this direction. And it seems that they're going to force their way into one of the other entrances. We're almost there. And it seems, current 1 second. Seems 1 second. Stay with our visuals live here on the SABC news channel. Students at Wits University wanting to open the gate at one of the entrances.
Okay, sorry.
Now, running through the Johannesburg CBD. This is in Braamfontein. These live pictures, stay with us for a second. I think they will try to make their way into one of these entrances this side. This is after, of course, what they say is the university's refusal to entertain their demands. We've not heard from the university since this morning. I think I'm hearing a lot of kicking and screaming. We're headed towards this area. I think they might be inside the premises. All right, students are in. The gate has been opened and they're now in. And they're now in. All right, students have managed to get into the entrance of one of the entrances here at the university. And you would recall. Okay, come. Okay, stay with us. Here live on the SABC news channel. Okay, it seems we're headed towards the Great Hall at the stage. They're saying they refuse to be denied access to the institution. Take a look right there in front of me. That is where students have managed to get as far as. That is the Great Hall. And I think that, are you all right? You're from SASCO. SASCO is also part of this in solidarity.
Oh, okay. So now we took an action to open the other entrance since we were denied the main entrance of the cars and students to enter in our own campus, our own varsity, where we are allowed access to join. So now we're going to the Great Hall Piazza to meet with the staff members who want to also protest with regards to their increment of their salary, because they're busy hiring